Hello everybody, it's me, Qua, and today we're reviewing Transformers Legacy Evolution Needlenose. Now this is our first Legacy Evolution figure, if you don't count Breakdown. So yeah, we will also be reviewing the Hot Rod as well. Or Hot Shot, I mean. Well, technically it's Hot Rod if you're in Japan, but anyways. Without further ado, here you have them. And note, I did not pick up the Junkion because I am honestly really not interested in any of the Junkions unless the Voyager class size. I might pick up that deluxe bike one, but that's a strong maybe. But yeah, anyways, we got him in his vehicle mode. Very nice. Very nice. You can see his feet kind of sticking out there. Look underneath. Yeah. It's the Jet. I know. What's his name? Perspectives End was like really bitching about this. It is what it is. It's not the best jet former, but it's not the worst. I will say this design wasn't really meant for to have a clean alt mode, and I don't think you could ever get a clean alt mode out of this. He made a reference to oh dear, our legs on the tripod are just giving out. Fan bloody tastic. Okay, just gonna tighten this real quick, but yeah, okay. But as I was saying, he made reference to the Universe 2.0 fucking Silverbolt, and I thought that comparison. He said classic Silverbolt when it's Universe Silverbolt. Those are things I get personally nitpicky when you're like, oh, it's this figure from this line, but it's not. It's from another line. Now, the only times I won't get give people shit about that is if you get RTS and Hunt for the Decepticons confused, because they're both in the same goddamn packaging. It's just different subline name, so it makes sense. But yeah. But yeah, here. So yeah, but you think something was like from one movie line when it was like in another line or something, because those movie figures kind of bleed together. Well, you could tell what they're from, like a first movie toy from a second movie toy, a third movie toy from a second movie or first. The engineering's different, and Age of Extinction is kind of doo-doo caca. And Last Night was kind of doo-doo caca as well. That is horrible, but it still wasn't great. But yeah, here is that fucking Needlenose. He has no landing gear of any sorts, but yeah, we're gonna take off his target masters, and this is the only point of contention I have to bitch about. They don't transform because they don't move. They're not posable. They're just hollow pieces of motherfucking plastic. And me angry. I would have rather gotten these guys separately as like Micromasters, but of course the Micromasters didn't sell well, so we can't pack them individually. Bro, you can't tell me you can't put these in a core class size and just fucking have the engineering's right there. It's simple. You could easily put these guys as core classes together at the size they're at. It's just irritating, but yeah. Anyways, we'll transform him. So we're gonna lift the wings, lift this back part here, lift the legs like so, move the arms out, flip the chest open, move the head. What we want to do is lift this up. That will kind of just tab in there. Move that down like so. Move that down. Move those down. Boop. You got to kind of line up the shoulders a little. Move this down like so. And then everything will kind of tab in. You can untab the arms. Move them. 360. Wada bing, wada bim. And there you have them. And I'll just have these guys in comparison. Oh, how fun. Oh, yay. Here's a size comparison with Legacy Starscream. Armada Starscream. Oh, wait a minute. His leg isn't even attached on right. Bruh. I don't know how that happened. I haven't even messed with this figure in fucking a while. It's just been sitting on my shelf. Yeah, I pulled him out for a hot shot, obviously, but yeah. I'm just like fixing some things on him real quick. Okay, there you go. Alright. And yeah. Needlenose is kind of weird when it comes to articulation front. He has some really good ankles. Double jointed elbows. Of course, you get your wrist swivels and your bicep and your thigh swivels. And your knee gets greater than 90. But then you get a waist that can technically move, but it's like non-existent. Because like you can only get maybe about up to there before you start hitting his junk in the trunk, as it were. And then you can't really get the, unless you move the nose cone. Because if you just leave the nose cone, you can only get about that far back. And of course, forward you could still get good, and the split you could do, but you can't really do it because it's again the nose cone. Honestly, they could have cleaned it up a little better. Like, if you had like a, I know Perspective N described it transforming. Like they could have done something like Cyclonus and just sacrificed the waist. What you could have done to make it, the backpack would have been a little bit more bulbous, but it would have not impeded leg articulation, is if you had the wings hinged out a little more and then had the cockpit area, like since it's not opaque, since it's just opaque plastic, have it like hinge and fold backwards like this, so sitting flush in the back here. Or hell, you could have put another hinge in to make this hinge up further up, and then just kind of remove this section since it can come off already. I mean, shit, you could probably put this piece on, like, I don't know. You could easily put it there or some stupid shit like that. Yeah, and then you could just, like, well, boom. Just push it up further, and boom, you're good. And stuff, and you got pews, you know. But, no. You had to do that. My Perspective N was a little bit like, ooh. But like it doesn't bother me that much. It's like, they didn't see that. It's kind of an oof. But that's the one thing about this era of Transformers is that like for me, like a lot of this stuff, it's hard to be mad at, but like it's because I think Perspective N and other TF YouTubers didn't they grew up in that era of where you went from G1 to Beast Wars to RAD and then the Unicron trilogy, but then or like they just stopped collecting for a while and started collecting back in like right around Titan Returns, the Prime trilogy, Prime Wars trilogy, that shit. Or hell, pick back up in Siege. Or as somebody like me, I pretty much stayed consistently buying Transformer products since like R80. So it's like R80 2001 to be more precise, but yeah. And Armada and stuff. So it's like from my perspective, because I like honestly I didn't consciously buy any R80 because I was like fucking, I wasn't even a toddler yet. I was like a wee small child. Whereas like when I don't have any memories of going to the store for Armada and like being like buying a Transformer toy. I just remember having a shit ton of Transformers or having a decent amount from Armada. I didn't have a crazy amount, But I had like the mini cons, I had the Star Saber and Perceptor, and I think I had I think I had the Sky Boom shield, and then I had motherfucking Hot Shot, that Optimus. I later acquired Unicron and Bendy Prime and Thundercracker. Trying to think what else Armada wise. I didn't have a whole lot of Armada. Now I'm looking back on it, but I did have quite a bit of Energon though. Energon is one line I do remember going to the stores because I remember seeing those like what would be Legends class size now, but I forget what the fuck size they were. That might have been Scout. I can't remember. It was like the was it Strong Arm, and he was the Jeep dude, and then I think it was Air Raid who was the homage to Skyfire. Remember seeing those guys, and then Battle Ravage, I think is what they called Ravage. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, and shit like that. Seeing them and buying them at Walmart. I think I remember which Walmart it was too, but I'm not gonna say what Walmart because then you guys will kind of know the general area where I'm at. But yeah, no, I have memories of Energon, and that I don't remember buying too much Cybertron. But to be fair, I didn't buy a whole lot of Cybertron because I had the Cybertron Optimus, which that toy was fucking awesome. I had Hot Shot, the base one, the car one, not the Cyber Defense one. And then I had the Leo Breaker mold, but I had the Universe Leo Convoy one. So I technically didn't have him during Cybertron. I had Thundercracker. I messed with that huge ass Starscream because my dad had that. And that was about it. I didn't really have a whole lot of Cybertron. I had like some of the Legend class stuff. Like I had like or Legion, or I don't know if it was Legends then, but it was I need to cut my nails, fuck, they're long. But I had the fucking I had like the Legion's Hot Shot, Starscream, the Skywarp, that was a Comic-Con exclusive, I think it was. And the fucking Prime. But yeah, anyways, getting on a fucking tangent. But my point was, a lot of the people didn't go through those rough patches of Transformers, and then even through some of the bait movies. There was some good stuff. Oh, some of the transformations were just painful. Though I don't play Studio Series because some of those transformations are still painful. But yeah, no. In all seriousness, we have it good these days. Whether you're a movie fan, or a G1 fan, or Beast Wars, shit. With all the Beast Wars stuff and Legacy, and the previous trilogy, it's just been fantastic, you know. It's shit. I wish I had it as a kid. And now getting and a Hot Shot that doesn't suck. That's going to be interesting to figure to talk about, but yeah. But yeah, Needlenose is quite an interesting fellow. But yeah, no. Do I recommend? Oh yeah, I might as well do his gun modes. You just fold that out. Boop. Boop. Laziest target man of all time. But yeah, that for you pretty much. Do I recommend him? He looks cool. Has a satisfying transformation. Pretty dirt simple, but it's a fun thing just to pull out and be like, oh, I'm gonna transform this real quick, and then boop. But yeah. Do I recommend him over Hot Shot? Who are we reviewing next? No, but that's because I kind of like Hot Shot's transformation. It's a little more involved. But yeah. Anyways, this has been Miqua signing out here. You guys have a good one. Peace.